Welcome back to our Dream in the Woods. Working on some different outdoor projects today. Working solo, off schedule with Eric at the moment, so I have to work this coming weekend, which means I got some weekdays off, but don't get to pair up with Eric. So trying to get some things done and prepared that I can do by myself. And first things, we had an inspection this morning. So electrical inspector was out this morning, and he liked how we ran the pipe. No problems. I can go ahead and start filling that in. Didn't mind where this came up here, but this is not the location of our electrical panel. We just didn't want to dig into our compacted base that we have here, and so we deadheaded it into a wall, and then we would run it to our electrical panel. He suggested that it'd be cheaper if we went across and went ahead and came up where electrical panel is. And so I'm going to talk to Eric about that. And then the other thing that he wants is an additional ground rod. So pound of ground, 8 foot ground rod in, and then bring that same kind of wire up the electrical conduit as a backup ground. I need to do that. So, but he was real nice, and I can text him that information. So I was happy with that result. The other thing we got done is our neighbor is getting some work done, and they had a big excavator over there, so went over there and had a chat and made a little trail through the trees to get over to this property. And so he was able to scratch out that rock in there. That's the pile. So I think it's down to grade. You know, you always think, oh, well, go down deeper, but I think it's good. I mean, looking at everything else, it's well below it. And so we should be able to actually put some gravel in here, and it should be all work together just fine. The other thing he did is scratch out this up here, and I know that's plenty good to get us up, just to even this grade out a little bit more. So that was a bonus. I was going to get that jackhammer for the skid steer, but that saved me doing that, wear and tear on the skid steer, and probably a couple days. So happy to have that to that point. But this is what I've been up to today, is taking some trees out. And you're probably thinking, what the heck, you got dirt work to do. What are you doing taking trees out? Well, just so happens that where those trees are, and the group of trees I want to take out, is across from where we're going to put our trench. That's going to have the water line and an extra conduit line. It comes across and over there, kind of where those stumps are. So I want to take those trees out. These are 2 lodgepole pine or jack pine. There's another one over to the left that was dead that I want to take out, and then that opens up. There's that dead one, and then 4 little skinny dead ones back there that it all needs to come out. And so I figured today was the day. So then we can bring that trench over, and that project's already done. So I couldn't help it. I had to save some logs, even though the jack pine, and I don't have a strong affection for them, but there's nothing wrong with that log. And so I think I made 3 nice straight logs, 2 that are 22.5, and then 1 16.6. So, and then some firewood, and then more burning. The burning pile never quits. So anyway, that's what I'm up to there. I've been sneaking the skid steer back in there so I can push on those trees. That makes even a person like myself that isn't super good at falling trees or doesn't have a lot of experience, if you have that piece of machinery up against it, and then you can just push it over when you're ready, sure is helpful. So get to it and clean up these logs and debris, and then go back in and take out, I guess, maybe 6 skinnies, and then that one that's pretty substantial. So be nice to have those out of there. Trying to keep as many of the live little trees as I can. We'll see how I do. Well, I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. I did crush one tree that I wish I wouldn't have hit, but all in all, it's good to leave all those little ones in there. Looks like there's one little one I could shave off there. Anyway, one little log I need to just pack out by hand, but all in all, not too bad. Didn't scar things up too bad with the skid steer, and got that looking a lot better. So opened it up. Now there'll be more light in there and things will be able to grow better. I did scar that tree right there, so we'll see if it makes it. And then we'll be able to bring that water and power over here. I imagine Eric might even take a stump out there. Anyway, just got a call from my logger, and I'm gonna get logs as early as tomorrow, so I need to plan ahead for where they're gonna go. I'm trying to keep things clean and organized, but it's kind of working. Anyway, this burn pile, I might torch it off because there's a lot of dead stuff in there mixed with green, and it's all pretty small, so it would go pretty fast, and it would just be nice to have that pile cleaned up and not just hang out for the summer. So anyway, get back to it. All right, beautiful morning here, following day. First thing I'm going to do is torch that pile there. There's a mixture of green and dry, but I think there's enough dry in there and enough small stuff that'll burn that pile up quickly and completely. That's my hope anyway. Went to the rental place, got another jumping jack, which means I'm going to spend some time over here in the ditch. After we got the inspection complete, now I can fill in this ditch over here. But since we're gonna get this driveway area down to final grade and possibly put gravel in there pretty quick, we want to have everything compacted because there won't be any time. So I'll put in maybe 12 inches and then compact it, put some more in there, do another compaction, and then that'll be good. We can drive over the rest. So I can get this whole ditch here put in, the whole conduit put in, filled in, and then I did pick up a ground rod to put in next to the conduit to come up. the inspector required that. So I'll sneak that in down there and bring it up, but I'll try to compact this area specifically since it's under the pad, kind of 6 or 8 inches at a time, and then compact and try to get that real good. If all that goes well, we'll see. I would be really cool to start working over here and get this pipe set where we want it to be, and then do the same thing, fill that in and compact it as we go. So we'll see what energy I have in me today. But just a gorgeous day. The other thing I did this morning is I finished planting the rest of my tree package. I didn't film any of that, but I got 220 trees again this year, and so I'll give them back to the forest, and hopefully we'll see vast majority of those survive and make it into trees in the future. So let's get to it. Well, I feel like the couple of lifts I did was okay. I don't know, probably wasn't perfect, and if I'd learned how to use that backhoe, I think it could save me some shoveling, but that's okay. A little shoveling's not too bad. So from this point, I'm about 12 inches plus or minus, and I'm not going to use the compactor anymore. I'll just use the skid steer to pack everything in there, and this will probably be regraded 4 or 5 or 6 times before it's all done, said and done. So good. So I made it maybe halfway. So I think I'll just use sand off the bank for that. That stuff's plenty sandy, and I'll bed the rest of the pipe down. First thing I got to do though is put this ground rod in. That was, the inspector wanted us to add that, and then put that as a secondary ground, even though our panel is ground, and we'll run a ground through the conduit, but we'll do what the inspector says. So pound that in, and then I'll pay lots of attention to compacting this area specifically, because that's where the slab will be, and so put some good material in there and compact the heck out of it. So anyway, going good. Beautiful day out here, and just keep at it. yeah, things are coming along. This material is that decomposed granite that was scraped out of the hole over there by that excavator, and it's compacted really good. It should drain just perfect. And I was all worried about that ground rod. I thought I needed to pound it clear down to the bottom of that hole, but it wouldn't pound any further, so I text the electrical inspector picture, and then I gave him a call, and he says, no, this has to be below grade, and thank you for the text, because now I can see where it's placed and you're fine. So now I just need to put the wire in, and now I can finish compacting and leveling this up. I'm going to spend extra time trying to get the lifts here nice and compacted around the PVC pipe all the way around there, so it is slab ready. So going good. If I think it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so if I can get that done and brought up, then I'll switch to the water pipe area and see if I can get that done while I have the jumping jack here. So let's get back to it. we're gonna have to drop this elevation on this gravel, kind of the 6 inches of that concrete slab, plus 2 more, because we're gonna put 2 inches of foam on there. So, and then this whole thing will get scraped out of here. So, but I compacted it all, so it should be good. Happy that that is where it's at. It's a little, not quite plumb, but pretty close. Enough to push it over. And then Eric came, helped me set the water main. So that's in. We just have to cut to whatever length and put the fitting on the end. I have a ball valve on the end because we're going to pressure up the system and make sure there's no leaks. So I'm happy with that. Full day of running that jumping jack for sure. But we are pretty well complete of the jumping jack. Not really, but pretty close. Things that need to happen, or the things that are happening next, I guess, is on this line here, 6 feet from the outside of the barn house, is going to be another bent. So I need 4 more piers, 18-inch piers. So those need to get dug in and plumb concreted and ready to go. I already bought the sonotubes over there. So that needs to happen. I need to fill in all this area here, and then just compact it with machinery. There's going to be lots of grading in there, and I think we'll put gravel in there sooner than later. So then it comes to this ditch here. Still need to run over to the far side of the opening here, where I took those trees out, and then the water pipe will go in, and there's a frost free that'll happen on the far side over there, and then we'll put about 1 foot of material on top of the water pipe, and then run an electrical conduit over there and just kind of deadhead it. So for future use, this will eventually kind of be yard, I guess, and so it'll be nice if since we're doing it, we're just going to run the conduit over there and have water. So then after that's done, we can pressure up the water system, make sure there's no leaks, and then bury everything completely. And then thinking ahead after all those things is then we can put all of the batter boards up for the concrete and bring that gravel down to grade. The batter boards have to be in before the plumbers can come in, and then I need to cut 2 protrusions or 2 cuts into the concrete for a kitchen sink right here. So it'll come in right about there. So not too far, maybe 5 feet. And then on this side, there is a double vanity that sits somewhere right about here. And then we'll put a bathroom in that bonus room, and so then that's how it will drain. Everything out of that bathroom will be down into there'll be a drainage pipe in the wall that will connect into the sinks, and then probably hit that shower pan also. So I do need to do some concrete cutting. Mess with the fire a couple different times a day, just pushing it in and then hand piling, and shoot, cleaned up really nice. So I'll take those ashes and put it in my topsoil pile over there. Viewer suggested doing that, so that's what I'll do. Good stuff. Running that jumping jack isn't my favorite thing to do, but at least I made full use of it today. My forearms are, yeah, sore, kind of burning. So I got to work the next few days, and then I'll have one day off. And then my daughter Carlin is graduated from college over in Missoula, so we're going over for that. And she's also commissioning to be a second lieutenant in the Army the day before. So we have some exciting ceremonies and celebrations. Congratulations, Carlin. And so kind of be taken away from the job site a little bit. I'd like to be out here full force, but I'm just looking forward to celebrating Carlin's achievements. So sorry for all of the time lapses, but that's just kind of what it was on this video. I'll try to do better next time. So you guys have a great day wherever you're watching, and we'll catch you with the next video.